Hey guys, so this is the first official video of my channel. Um, we're basically going to discuss dating today because I have a lot of thoughts on first dates and how they more or less should and should not go. Apparently, a lot of people don't know how to go on a first date and it ends really badly. So, I'm just basically gonna go over like a do and don'ts list of dating for the first time. Or the first day, whatever. So, first and foremost, be on time. It's not that hard because I'm pretty sure when you schedule a date with somebody, you set a specific time. So if you know that it's across fucking town where you're going, you should know exactly how long it should take you to get there. Unless there's this like catastrophic event, like an accident on the highway that will derail you from getting there on time, then you should be there on time. Nothing, scheduling a date. Don't take somebody to a club. I don't know if I can emphasize that any more than I just did, but that's the worst place that somebody can take somebody on a first date. Who does that? Who wants to go on a first date at a club? Like, what are you going to find out from there? Nothing. You're going to either, one, find out how much a person can drink and how much you're going to end up spending on that other person. You're going to find out if they're sloppy drunk or if they can hold their shit. And then the other thing, you're going to find out if they can and can't dance or if they have any enemies. Because everybody gets into fights at the club. Never fucking fails. Some drama always pops off. Doesn't matter if you're in a straight club, a gay club, it happens. It fucking happens. So don't take someone to a club on the first date because then you're gonna show them the side of you that you don't necessarily want them to see right off the bat. So unless you want them to see how fucking real you are, then by all means go ahead. But I highly doubt that is your point of the date. Um so another big thing is people's phone. I know in this day and age that we are have this weird umbilical cord attachment to our phones. Yes, I love my phone to death. It's a piece of shit, but I love it to death. It's sad to say that people have this weird connection with their phone, an obsession, to where they can say that they love their phone. You're not supposed to love an inanimate object, okay? But people in my generation do love their phones for unrealistically, okay? So, when you go on a date, rule of thumb is not to look at your phone. I know that's really hard for some people to do, but you need to do it. Nobody wants to feel like they're unimportant and not being shown the attention that should be given on a first date. So when you're sitting there across from somebody or with somebody somewhere on a date and you're steady just clicking away on your phone like this the whole entire time, what the fuck? Like, oh, you're like, hey, somebody invited me to go out later, so hold on 1 second. No, the fuck? No, put your phone down, turn it off if you can. If you have kids, then put it on fucking vibrate. Let them know ahead of time, only to call you if there's an emergency. Don't be that asshole that has your friend call you when you don't find the person attractive. Like, just continue with the date. You never know. You might actually have a good time, regardless if they're attractive or not. And you might get a friend out of it. Okay? The very least. Or you'll never talk to them again. Like, the fuck? Just finish your date. That's fine. Um, Figure out where you want to go beforehand. Again, not the club. Don't do clubs. You're gonna go to dinner, pick a restaurant that both of y'all like, or there's something on that fucking menu somewhere that y'all can that you know would be good for you and for them, or do something like out of the normal. I like to do weird things on a first date. I go to the park. Don't judge me. Like, I've gone to the park before and we literally just walked around and talked for an hour. And I got to know the other person really well. Regardless of anything actually came from that or not, it was a good time. I had fun, we laughed. It was good. Like, so know where you want to go. It doesn't always have to be dinner. You could go to the fucking movies, which, I mean, that's pretty generic. Going to dinner and movies is pretty generic. Walking around the park, that's something that people do like later. So, if for a first date to get to know somebody correctly, that's very intimate. Like, be more intimate about your dates. Like, or have fun. Like, make it a really fun date, so that even if you suck, your date still had fun, and they have nothing to complain about then. Like, ask them what they like to do. I like to go bowling. I like to do putt putt. Like, so if someone was like, "Hey, do you want to go like bowling?" Sure. Like, well, and or you can even make like a group thing. Like, oh yeah, me and my friends are gonna go. Do you want to go with me to blah blah blah? And then you two have fun while you're talking. Y'all talk while you're waiting for other people to bowl or something. Like, just have fun. It's Don't make a date feel like you're in a fucking hospital waiting room. Waiting for somebody to come out and tell you that your fucking grandma's in a life or death situation. Like, don't make it feel like that. It's a date, goddamn. Um, I think when you're talking to people, like, ask questions. Don't mention your ex. That's the dumbest thing that you could ever do. Why the fuck are you gonna mention your ex? Stupid. I know, especially for the lesbian community, we have a lot of fucking ties to each other, regardless if they're friends or, friends of an ex girlfriend or whatever. Like, I have people that we have mutual. I hung out with someone last night who is an ex of two of my ex girlfriends. Whatever, like, we're cool. So, regardless of if they're like, oh, hey, I know that person, like, don't talk about your ex. Nobody wants to hear you fucking whine about how bad your last relationship was. That's what you have friends for. Talk to your friends about that, not the person you're on a date with for the first time. That's stupid. Don't do it. Um, and don't gossip either. Like, I know as human beings, when we have nothing else to do, we like to talk shit about other people. So don't do that because you don't know, one, if they're friends with them. We have Facebook so we can see a lot of people's mutual friends or who their friends are. But sometimes people don't have a fucking Facebook. I know it's very rare that it happens, but some people don't like social networks, so they don't have one. And then you're there sitting there talking shit about somebody, and that happens to be like one of their best friends. Come on. So don't gossip. It's always a big no-no. Just don't do it. Um, be funny. Not necessarily be funny, but make the situation light. If something's not going that great, then make fun of it. Like, if you can make somebody laugh, then, like, that's special because not a lot of people can make people laugh. So if you can make someone laugh, cool. But I'm not telling you, like, say jokes. Don't fucking say a joke. Unless you're a professional comedian, don't say a joke because they could not think that it's funny. Especially religious jokes or like jokes on just bad situations. Like, no, don't make a joke because if you're trying to make a joke out of something, you might potentially offend someone without that being your intention. So be careful with that because that's it's a bad thing. Um, uh, don't bring presents for some reason or another. I mean, like a flower maybe is good, but on maybe for like a first date, but don't bring presents. Like, that's sort of weird. Unless it's their fucking birthday, don't bring presents. And even at that, like if it's the first time that you're actually going on a date with someone, then you might want to limit that. You know, make it like a a $5 price range to a present. Like, fucking save those for engagement. I know that might be the second date for some lesbians that I know, but no. Hold off on the presents for as long as you possibly can. Because then you're like setting up expectations for yourself without actually realizing that you're doing it. So, like, if you fucking bring a teddy bear to the date, your first date, they're gonna think that they're gonna get something every single fucking time. So be careful. Because some people will either think it's annoying and weird, or they think that they're gonna be there for all the wrong reasons. Oh, this girl is more than willing to, or this guy is more than willing to give me all this shit without actually even me doing anything. So they expect that from there on out, and they're gonna be there with you for all the wrong reasons. So be careful when it comes to presents. Again, like a flower or something is chill, but not something over $5. If it's over $5, don't bring it. That's stupid. Um, eye contact. Again, a lot of the thing that derails our eye contact is our phone. So take that out of the picture. If you don't give eye contact, and you're talking and you're kind of like looking around, even if you're looking for like the something else, or like you're looking at something, then they think that your attention's not towards them. So try not to look around or fiddle with things. I know that people have like nervous tics. I do sometimes, but when someone's talking to me, I'm going to give them eye contact and I'm going to listen, because then, and please make sure you listen. When don't just like give them eye contact but not actually pay attention to what they're saying, because that will come up later and it'll probably bite you in your ass if you're not listening. So just listen to whatever the other person has to say. A lot of the times when we're talking, it turns into complaining, but just listen. And if it is turning into complaining, be nice about that interruption. Like, don't be a dick about it, like, oh my god, I don't want to hear that anymore. No, like, just be nice about it. And so, working in a call center, one of the ways that we can derail someone from talking too much is we're like, oh yeah. And then, if you say it enough times, they'll pause while you do it. And when you're like, oh yeah, then you say something and derail the conversation off to another subject. It's simple. Let's see, trying to think of what else. Kind of went off on a tangent sometimes. Um, oh yeah, don't play hard to get. Like, I know a lot of people have seen that movie House Bunny, where she fucking goes on the date and she makes a fucking fool out of herself by saying like, oh yeah, I have like so many guys want me and blah blah blah. Like, don't do that. Be your fucking self. Like, don't be overly cocky either. Like, I'm fucking confident as shit. Now, I don't have a lot going for me, but I'm confident. Like, it's it's actually genetic. Both my mom and my sister are super confident. Sometimes for no reason whatsoever. I'm like, you need to calm down. But then they gotta tell me the same thing. So like, be confident, but don't be overly cocky. Like, don't be like, oh yeah, I dated this person and this person and this person and this person was all over me and stuff like that. No, shh. Be quiet. Be quiet when it comes to that. Like, be confident and just be confident about yourself. Like, know that regardless of if they like you or not, like, you're gonna be alright. So if you're confident, people will pick up on that confidence, and then they will be less nervous about it. Like, no. And if you're nervous about a first date, like, you need to overcome that. Like, eat some fucking sugar before you go out, and you'll be good. Trust me, you'll be fine. Like, just take a fucking spoonful of sugar, and you can put it in some water, or just eat like half of it, and it'll calm your fucking nerves, and you'll be good, and you won't be as nervous. Or eat a banana. Bananas are good for nervousness. So just eat a banana before you go out on your date, and it'll chill you out. It's full of antioxidants too, so that's always great. Bananas are awesome. Um, but yeah, so because when you're nervous, you give off. So regardless of who you are, whether you're that nervous person or you're that confident type in the date, people are gonna pick up on it. We're like, no matter whether they're good at picking up on body language or not, they'll know if you're confident or if you're nervous. I mean, if sometimes nervousness is cute, it is, but if you're a little too nervous, like you're fucking fidgeting all over the place, then I'm not gonna know what the fuck to do with you. I'm like, is she really like that? Like, is she like that all the time, or is it just right now? Hmm. So I don't know. Those are just like pretty much some basic do's and don'ts. And then at the end of the fucking date or during the date, wherever you think is good, be careful with that kiss or sex. Like, don't make the other person feel pressured about it. Again, body language, you can tell if someone's into you or not. Um, like, just be real subtle at first. Like, I guess, you know, I hate to be real gay about this and say it, but like hand holding or whatever, like, just be real careful when it comes to like that, and don't give it up on the first date. Please don't. That's horrible. Don't be a slut. Please. But yeah, and then I mean, if the body language is right, sometimes people do get their signals crossed, but if the other person is courteous enough, then they'll let you know, like, oh, that's not really what I was going for. So be good about it. Um, just be confident on your date, man. I don't know what else to say really. Just if the date went well, then the end will go well. And at the very least, you'll get a kiss out of it. But don't take it to that next level and think you're gonna fucking get it in that night. More than likely, you're probably not, because someone's gonna think you're a tool. So yeah, but I mean, I talk a lot. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about next video yet. Um, I'm not sure, but it's the end of this video. So if you have any comments, whatever, go ahead. You're more than welcome to comment on it, or suggestions for the next video. That would be really appreciative. Because I can talk a lot, but sometimes I have no idea what to talk about until I start talking. So let me know, and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, so that's dating do's and don'ts from Bullet, and just heed the advice, don't heed the advice. Do what you want with it. But that was my view on first dates. And I hope y'all have a great day. I'm about to go to the movies and have some fun. So y'all have a great Monday, and I'll have a great rest of my day. Goodbye.